In our last episode, we dove the shipwreck of the San Luciano in Bahia de Santiago. This time around, we have some of the best sailing we've seen in weeks and explore a couple of hidden gems along Mexico's Pacific coast. All right, we're currently working our way down the Pacific side of Mexico, in between Manzanillo and Zihuatanejo. Those are two major ports on the Pacific side. In between those ports are about 200 miles, and it's a stretch of coast that is generally overlooked by most cruisers for a couple of reasons. But the biggest is there are really no good protected anchorages. It's wide open ocean roadstead type anchorages, and the place we're at today, which is, I can't remember the name of this place. But anyways, there's no protection coming from anywhere. So we're actually anchored just outside the surf line. There's about a 6-foot swell rolling through. So it's pretty bouncy. We're tossed around. Got a stern anchor out to keep us pointed into the swell. But this is the kind of anchorages you get. So most people don't stop here. But we have what's called FOMO. It's the fear of missing out. We like to see everything. So we're here. And the benefit with anchoring just outside the surf line, so we can go surfing. So just off the back of the boat, you can hop in the water, paddle to the break, and you're surfing within about 30 seconds. But the other challenge, I guess, is that to go see shore, you got to get through the surf. So we're putting the dinghy in the water. We're going to go try to check out this little town and see how it goes. We may make it, we may not. Oh yeah, this place is called Bahia de Maruata. And we're here. After a somewhat tricky surf landing with the dinghy, we made it to the parking lot for the local fishing fleet and were rewarded with some pretty amazing stretch of coastline to explore. And just up from shore is a beautiful little stream which holds the local laundromat underneath these little shady structures. And then of course there's the bustling metropolis of Maruata. And even though this grilled fish looked and smelled amazing, I just couldn't pass up the tacos. And Brenda, well, she couldn't pass up this open-air market, especially when it has one of her favorite things, farm-fresh produce straight from the farmer. You know the word for watermelon? What'd you get?
I got a watermelon. It's gonna be so delicious. I only have to carry it back about 2 miles. It's gonna be so good. It's only 2 miles back. That's all. It's not even heavy.
Got a watermelon, and I don't even have to carry it. Well, that was short-lived. Now I gotta carry the watermelon. Now this seems like a dumb idea.
Don't you drop that watermelon. You'll get in so much trouble.
What is that?
It's a mango tree. They're everywhere.
And then, of course, this place had the surf, just off the back of our little floating home. But unfortunately, after a couple of days in this little gem, this uncomfortable anchorage became even more uncomfortable with some funky wind and swell. So we were out of there. One of the biggest surprises to me about cruising in general has been how social it is. If you've been watching our videos for a while, you can probably tell we're pretty much always hanging out with other cruisers because we like hanging out with other cruisers. But when we left, I really thought it was just going to be me and Brenda all the time. But we're running into people everywhere. And for the last couple of weeks, we've been buddy boating with Greg and Marga on SV Dogfish. Great couple, super nice, lots of fun, but their boat's faster than ours. Most cruisers we can't take these guys. And we've got a racing stripe. So today we got about 50 miles to cover. We left a couple hours before Dogfish, and they're about to pass us. Granted, it's been all day long, but they're about to pass us. Not happy about it. We might have to cut them loose. But luckily for me and my pride, we held off Dogfish just long enough to make it here. And since we were in a new spot, the next morning we had to check this place out. On this incredible little beach, that's where Greg made a new friend. And from the beach, up into town we went. All right, we made it to Caleta. What are we at?
Caleta Compost.
And what do you think of the place?
It's beautiful.
We made it to Caleta de Campos. No, Caleta de Campo.
Yeah, de Compost.
We made it to Caleta de Campo, and this place is awesome. The girls even love it, and they don't like anything.
Hard to place, yeah. It's a rough life.
It's one of the greenest towns we've seen for a long time. It's spectacular. There's a big river outlet just around the point from where we're anchored, and I think all that river feeds the area and keeps it green because it's spectacular. So we're gonna check it out. And of course, no stop in a new town is complete without trying the local specialty. And here, it's tacos de barbacoa. How is it?
It's delicious.
And then, of course, you gotta have a friendly game of boys versus girls at the local pool hall. Oh, nice one.
No, it's touching the side still.
Nice time. Sore loser. He's like, no high five. Ooh, that was a pretty good one. That was pro status. That was a good one too. Whoa!
Greg's
Get him,
catching
Gib.
fish that nobody wants to eat. But he can't stop fishing.
I can't stop fishing, but I can't stop catching. This is not the right position to stand in. Just keep getting soaked.
Did you just get sprayed from that?
Yeah. This is not the first time. You'd think I would have learned.
Alright, here we go.
This is another hand job. Oh, that was a good one.
She's a natural. Taste turbo.
Nice job, Brenda.
Hope we catch some fish. Oh, because they don't have to.
After spending a couple of days in Caleta de Campos, we were chased out of another unprotected anchorage by another huge swell. But luckily for us, that unexpected departure would put us into some of the best sailing we've had in weeks. Today we're heading to Ixtapa. We had no plan of going to Ixtapa today, but a huge swell rolled into the anchorage, and the safest thing for us seemed to be go to sea. So we're at sea. We got about 70 miles to go to get there, and it's actually been a little unruly today, but some pretty fast, good sailing. So the last couple of weeks, all of our sailing has been pretty hard fought miles. It's either been light wind, finicky, or upwind bash through some unruly seas. But today, it's great. We're cooking, we're going downwind. The boat's pretty flat, pretty comfortable. There's still some big seas out there, but it's great, it's comfy, we're cooking. Well, we made it to Isla Grande about 2 o'clock in the morning last night, dropped the hook, went straight to bed. And today, while I was putting together this video that you're watching right now, I realized I've been wearing the same shirt for the last week and a half. Sorry, Brenda. But I surprisingly smell pretty good. So today, rather than go check this place out, it's clean up the boat and laundry day. And then tomorrow, check this place out. But right here at Isla Grande, it is tourist central. This place is jam-packed. A lot of pongas and fishing boats going in and out. There's jet skis and total mayhem. And that's about it for this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hi, Marga.
Hi. What do I do?
Nobody likes the camera. Nobody!